Good night, Walt Cybermera. Hope you guys enjoyed my show. My 2 reels I made earlier this morning. Yeah. I work tomorrow, man. Fuck. And I don't have my bike. So I have to either take the bus or walk. I don't know. I'll either walk or I'll take the bus. I'll most likely just take the bus going there. But coming back home, I have to walk back home, or I can ask one of the guys to give me a ride to the gas station on the way. But I mean, yeah. Just came back from swimming, guys. Yeah. I have to go to work, man. I need the money, man. Yeah, just go tomorrow to work, Ivan, get it over with. And you get next week over with, and you get your another $200 check 2 weeks from now, right? I should get my money most likely early November. I should get my first check. Because I brought my employment records today. I did the test online, the survey test online for Welfare Quebec. So tomorrow I'm going to call the office and see if my information's in the system for the survey. I already sent in my employment records. Hopefully I get an answer. I should get accepted. They know doors are locked on me. They should accept me. Yeah, I will accept you. Yeah. Doors are locked on me. Yeah. And this time I'm going to be serious. I have to start saving my money. $400 a paycheck. I got to save $1,600 to get my little proofreader in there. Ivan, man, you bluff man. You really write what you show us. Hey guys, I'm not lying. Ivan, how the fuck do you do that, man? Your book is so entertaining, I know. It's a masterpiece, man. It's a masterpiece, my book. Yeah, man. It's a masterpiece, my book, man. This is money. Greatest fans ever written. Yeah. I'm gonna make this video, then I'm gonna watch a show with you guys. I'm gonna go to bed, man. I have work at 8 tomorrow at Dinty's. So. Yeah. Fucking work on, yeah. I have no choice. I need the money. That's why I did not quit Dinty's, because just in case it takes maybe 2.5 months for the application process for Welfare Quebec, I have money. I have my $200 I'm making every 2 weeks. I have some money for myself, right? Yeah. Will you write there unique? Maybe. I'll see what happens. Once I get my first Welfare check, I'm gonna buy my laptop, and I'm gonna save that file that I'm adding right now, another file on my Hotmail. Because right now I have my Xanus book saved, but it's the older file before. It's the same file, but like I polished up a little bit of stuff in volume 3, a little bit. So that file I have to save it on my Hotmail, and that way I can download it on my desktop on my laptop, and then I can go over the rest of volume 3. Now, once I'm done volume 3, I'm gonna focus on saving the money first. And then while I'm saving the money, I might consider writing there. More money for me. I made like my $45 billion for me, VJ. More money for me, VJ, right? Or maybe not. I don't know. I'm most likely not gonna write it. Xanus is good enough. I don't feel like saving another like $1,800 to get a proof of that. I don't know. Xanus is enough money, and writing a book's a lot of work, man. It's a lot of work because I have the creative gift. If I just brainstorm my chapters a little bit, and I dedicate like 5 pages. I write 5 pages every day. I'll finish every unique in like 6-7 months. Write like a 400-page novel, 450-page novel, romance novel, but yeah. And if I show you snippets, hypothetically speaking, right, they're unique, you guys are going to be hooked, and the characters are going to jump on the page that you guys read there. And your characters, and they're going to jump on the page. Jump on the page too. Yes. I love you, girl. I said, what is it? Another messy room you have hidden in there? Yeah, you're amazing. Oh, you're gifted. Yes, I am gifted. But most likely not. Most likely not gonna write their ink, man. I'm not gonna write it. Yeah. Well, I'm seriously, man. You bluffing? Did you really write what you chose? Yes, guys. I'm not lying to you, man. Did you use AI? No. I guarantee there's some people like my writing is so good that some people think, yeah, maybe I even use AI because the writing is so like it's so beautiful. It's not normal. No, guys. I didn't use AI. I would never use AI as I'm not. I don't want to cheat. I don't want to be a cheater when I write my novel. No, I want the novel to be 100% my DNA. I would never use AI for writing my own stuff. No, I do everything myself. Oh, it's 100%. That way you can say I actually wrote that book. That's 100% your DNA. I would never use AI. But a lot of authors these days, because they struggle, they use AI to help them out. You can do that, but if you do that, it's not really you. You had a lot of help, right? Oh, hey, yeah. That's my point, right? Yeah, man. I think I might walk tomorrow. It's good exercise, right? I'll walk to work, but coming back, I might get a ride from one of the guys. Because there's a guy who ends around like 3:20. I might ask him to give me a ride if he's heading that way to the gas station. I'll just walk to Wilford, get my smokes, and I'll go home from there. I'll walk home from there, right? Ivan, show us more of your book. No, I don't want to spoil story for you. I don't want to spoil story for you guys, man. Or should I show you one more snippet of volume 1 and 2? But I already showed you guys enough. I don't want to spoil story for you guys, man. No names in here. No, guys, I'm not going to show you more, man. I don't want to spoil story for you. Volume 3, I'm not touching because I don't want to spoil story for you guys. You guys don't really know what's going on. I did spoil a little bit of the story for you. You guys don't really know what's going on. Because I'm jumping all over the place, right? But I could show you one more snippet, but I don't want to spoil the story for you, man. But volume 3, I'm not showing you shit. It's all volume 1 and 2 I show you. Obviously. The non-entertaining scenes I can show you. Obviously, the less entertaining scenes, that's more accurate, right? Because all my scenes are entertaining, but there's less entertaining scenes than others in my book, obviously. I won't spoil the story for you. Yeah. He's Ivan, I love your book. My book is sick. Yeah. Just like you're blown away by VJ's music. VJ is an amazing artist. Yeah. VJ has the gifts like me too, right? We both have the gifts. God gave both of us the gifts, obviously, because he knew the gatekeepers would lock the doors on us. That's why he gave us the gifts, the genes, the gifts, obviously. Yeah, you're gifted. Oh, yeah, yeah. I didn't know I was gifted until I read my book. And when I found out I was God, I'm like, yeah, I understand why my book is not normal. Because God gave me the heavenly gift. I didn't know I was this good of a writer. I remember when I was in high school, we used to read. I remember the book I read, Lord of the Flies. That's the book I was thinking of. Yeah, Lord of the Flies. I read that in grade 10. I did a project on it. I didn't do that good in the project. I got like a C plus on that project. I wrote an essay about it. I got like a C plus. Lord of the Flies. Yeah, that's the book I read. Yeah, I remember I read Lord of the Flies in high school. I read The Outsiders. You guys don't know The Outsiders? Yeah, I read Lord of the Flies, The Outsiders in junior high when I was in retard class. I read a lot of books. I always had that thought, man, it must be tough writing a novel. You know what I'm saying? It must be tough writing a novel. And I fucking wrote my own novel better than all those books, man. Yeah, it's a crazy story, huh? Yeah. I think I read I read the audiobook of The Outsider in retard class in grade 7. I think I did a project on it. I don't remember, but I read The Outsiders in grade 7 in audiobook format. Audiobook. I read the audiobook of The Outsider. Outsiders is an amazing book, by the way. Lord of the Flies is also an amazing book with the kids. With the kids, yeah. The kids stranded in that island, whatever it is, and they have their own rules and everything. Yeah. And I remember other people in another English class, they read To Kill a Mockingbird. You guys know that story? Yeah, To Kill a Mockingbird. And I remember when I was in adult ed, when I was doing grade 11 English, I read this detective book. A little boring, it wasn't that good. I did a project on it. Ugh. I always had that thought, man, it must be tough to write a novel, man. Like, it looks hard, and I fucking wrote a novel, better novels books, man. My stepmother told me he's #1, man. I'm not lying, guys. My stepmother told me his ace is #1. And then she told me it's #1. She told me it's #1. She told me it's #1. Yeah, man. Crazy eye, that's crazy, I know. I wrote a better book than all those guys, all those authors, man. Because don't forget, all these authors who wrote those books, they had a lot of help. They had the best editors in the business polish up their writing. Whereas me, I did everything myself. No editors polishing up my story, fixing up my grammar, spelling, punctuations, and sentence structures, but not my story. I did everything myself. No one helped me with my book. So, Sarah, nobody helped me with my book. Yeah. I haven't chose YMP. No, zero. YMP, I'm not showing you shit. Because otherwise I'm going to spoil the story for you, man. If I don't want to read my book, that's why I don't want to show you Volume 3. Because Volume 3 is pretty much like, that's pretty much the real story. Volume 3, like, Volume 1 and Volume 2 are pointing to, like, Volume 3, which is, like, the real plot of the story. Volume 3 answers all the questions. It's when shit gets real, shit gets dark. And it's when, like, shit gets real, man. Yeah. I can show us more wolf scenes. No, I don't want to show you any more wolf scenes. Yeah. I know the wolf scenes are more interesting than the human scenes. No, they're not. The human scenes are more entertaining. I developed the human characters more than the wolf characters. But Volume 3, I developed Eratat and Faful a lot more. But they're still not as developed as well as Taki's novel, right? But they're developed pretty well. But the wolf scenes are still entertaining, as I showed you guys, right? Landing Chaos, yeah, I showed you guys that. The wolf characters are what? The wolf characters are not, the wolf scenes are not as entertaining as the human scenes, but they're still entertaining reads as you guys read. And that chapter that I showed you, I had writer's block in that chapter, guys. Landing Chaos. You had writer's block and you wrote what you show us live, and that's still entertaining shit. Yeah, doesn't make a creative genius. Even when I had writer's block, I was still able to pull it off and write an amazing chapter. But it's weaker than the other chapters for me personally, right? Some people might like Landing Chaos the best. It just depends how the art hits you. I'm saying, yeah, it depends how the art hits you, obviously. Yeah. That's why Zays is a masterpiece, man. A masterpiece. I mean, see what we remember about, guys. A masterpiece, especially Volume 3. Today I read the Feast scene, I was blown away. I'm like, oh my god, my book is so sick. Yeah, Volume 3 is my favorite, man. That's when the shit gets real. That's why I'm not showing you shit from Volume 3. I don't want to spoil story for you. All I'm going to say is the beginning of Volume 3, you have something like... Volume 3, you do have something like Helm's Deep. Like Two Towers when like the army marches, and you have something like that in Volume 3. As you guys read the beginning of it, right? When Eretat's like, stop. You know what I'm saying? He sees this, the blacksmith city, and he's curious. That's all I'm going to say. I won't spoil story for you, and you'll see what happens after that. I won't spoil story for you, man. Yeah. Oh, I even shows Volume 3. No, man. Volume 3, I'm not showing you shit. Otherwise, I'm going to spoil the story for you, man. Volume 3 is the reason. Volume 3 is the reason, man. It's the reason why I call it Last of Xanus. It's when everything gets dark. It's like when shit gets real and like everything, all hell breaks loose. That's why I didn't show you Volume 3. Because Volume 1 and Volume 2 are lighter volumes. And then Volume 3 is when shit gets dark and deep. That's why Pew's eye, man. You're looking at our mask, man. This is better than mine, Lord of the Rings. Nope, it's better than Lord of the Rings. It's a masterpiece, man. It's better than Lord of the Rings. Yeah. Alright, man, you bluff, man. Is your whole book entertaining? Yes, guys. Everything I showed you, were you entertained? Yeah, I was entertained. Some sections are not as entertaining as others. Like the end of Volume 2 was not as entertaining as what I showed you, but still entertaining enough to keep you hooked and turning the page. Some Sarah? Yeah. I could show you one more scene. Maybe two small little scenes here and there. The scenes are not as entertaining in Volume 2, but I don't want to spoil too much of the story for you guys. This is guys, this is my last day. I don't want to spoil too much of the story for you because you're paying for my book. But this is my last day. I can show you one more snippet. But I mean... Yeah, I can show you one scene. The less entertaining scene, but I mean... I'll show you one scene. Two small scenes and that's it. It's dark, guys. Alrighty. Excuse the noise, they're talking upstairs. I'll show you two scenes. These are not big scenes. Not one of my big scenes, but... Alrighty. I can show you the scene in Axis of Saphius. It's not a big scene though. Is this one of your big scenes, Ivan? No, it's not. It's not one of my big scenes, but it's still entertaining enough to keep you hooked on the scene. And that's it, guys. After this, I can't show you shit, man, because I already showed you enough of my book, man. You're paying for my book. I don't want to spoil the story. That's why I'm not showing you Volume 3. Volume 3, I'm not touching, guys. Ivan shows Volume 3. No. I'm not showing you Volume 3, man. Yeah. Wait until it loads. The good thing about this computer is I can type in the scene and it just the page pops up on the screen. It's easier for me. Whereas on my phone, okay. Let's see if I can find the page. No? I spelled it wrong, huh? say this. Okay, I'll give you the scene with Job when he talks about Eli paying. He talks to Tacitonius and Cassius. I'll start from here. I won't spoil too much of the story for you. No, I'll skip that part. Okay. I'll show you this scene here. This is not one of my big scenes, but still entertaining enough to keep you hooked. You can read it. Pause and read it. This is Job speaking right here. That way you know who's talking, right? I don't want to show you the paragraph before, otherwise I'm going to spoil the story for you. You can read that. This is Xanus of Saphius. And then you can keep reading. You guys see that? All right, keep reading. Okay, keep reading. This gives you a little bit of the north and the south. Yeah. Read that. And I'll show you a bit more. Keep reading. Okay, that's it. When you read that, guys, you're going to be hooked too, because my book is sick, obviously. Why is this one of your most entertaining scenes? No, not at all. This is not one of my entertaining scenes at all. That's why I'm showing you these scenes. The less entertaining scenes I show you. But when you read it, you're still going to be hooked because my book is sick. Your book is sick. Yeah, this is money, man. Money. Okay. Show you one more scene. Just think. I already showed you enough of Xanus of Saphius. I showed you enough of In Search for the Prince. Lithia chapter. No. I'm trying to think here. I don't want to show you any more big scenes, guys. So I have to be careful. Yeah. Yeah. I'm trying to think, guys. A non-big scene. And after this, that's it, guys. I can't show you anymore. I already spoiled it. Well, I'm not really spoiling this over you, but I showed you enough, guys. I can't show you guys anymore. Yeah. The Lithia chapter. No, I don't want to show you the Lithia chapter. I can show you the prologue. Let me show you the. No. Sorry, guys, I farted. That's gross. Now, I don't want to keep showing you the end of all these scenes. Otherwise, you guys are going to, you know what I'm saying? I already showed you the hostile crowd in Xanus of Saphius. I can skip a bit of it. Yeah, I'll show you this scene here. Okay, I'll show you this scene here with Elizabeth. You can read that. Pause and read it. And then keep reading. Pause and read that. Okay, you can see this part here. You can read that, and I can show you the part with the demon face. I'll skip it a little bit. I don't want to spoil much of the story for you. I'll skip it. I don't want to spoil much of the story for you. Where's the demon face scene? I can't find that scene. Yeah, I'll show you this part here, and that's it, guys. You can read that. Pause and read it. And that's it. So I skipped a bit of the hostile crowd scene in Xanus of Saphius. You guys read the beginning of it like a couple months ago, and I showed you a bit of this scene. I skipped a little bit of the paragraphs. That way I don't spoil the story for you. You see the demon face staring at Tactius when they're all like Tactius, hail Sir Prince Tactius, like Gladiator. And that's it, guys. That's all I'm gonna show you guys, and that's it. I can't show you guys anymore. Yeah. And when you read that, guys, you're gonna be hooked again because my book is sick, man. Yeah, there you go, man. Everything I showed you, you're constantly on the edge of your seat, hooked, entertained. All right, not hostile crowd scene sick. Yeah, you guys did read the beginning of it. This man is. Are you really the son from the north? That's that scene. But I skipped a bit of the paragraphs. That way I don't spoil anything for you. But all you know is that they praise Tactius. Like, Tactius, hail, Sir Prince Tactius. Obviously. And you read in that scene, there's a demonic face in the southern sky staring at Tactius. What is that? Well, you'll see what I mean read Volume 3. That's why I don't want to show you Volume 3. Because Volume 3 is when shit gets real, man. So everything I showed you guys impressed? Yeah, I have more impressed. Oh. Everything you show us, I have more impressed. Yes. Ivan, that scene when Tactius talks to Bel, Papyri, and Lithia. Is that one of your most entertaining scenes? No, not at all, man. That's not even close to one of the most entertaining scenes in Exodus of Sapphius. That's the Exodus of Sapphius chapter. It's not even close to being one of the most entertaining scenes. But yet, when you read it, it's still entertaining enough to keep you turning the page. I'm a genius, obviously. Whereas the other scene I showed you, that's the hostile crowd scene in Exodus of Sapphius. That's like towards later, obviously. And I showed you the scene when there's a demonic face in the sky staring at Tactius. Obviously, for a split second, obviously. You don't know what that demonic face is, and when you read Volume 3, it all makes sense. You have something called the Answers. I won't spoil the story for you. That's why it gets dark. Like, the crowd's cheering Tactius on. Tactius, Tactius, hail, Sir Prince Tactius. He's like, thank you know what I'm saying? Obviously. Why are they yelling Tactius' name all of a sudden? Well, I won't spoil the story for you. You read a little bit of it. It says, and our Savior. That's all I'm going to say. You'll see what I mean read the book. I won't spoil the story for you, man. Obviously. You have this scene when the crowd's roaring. The Sapiens are roaring. They're praising Tactius. Giving him praise. And there's a demonic face in the sky that's staring at Tactius. It doesn't like Tactius, obviously. But what does that mean? You'll see that when you read Volume 3. I won't spoil the story. That's what my book is a masterpiece. Because man, they're praising him, Tactius, hail Sir Prince Tactius, and the demonic face is staring at Tactius, and that leads into Volume 3. I'm like, yeah, Peter's man, this is going to be a masterpiece. This is Brother of the Rings. I know Peter's Brother of the Rings. Brother of the Rings. And I showed you guys the scene when Job says, Eli pays me good wages. But I skipped a couple pages before that about Job's past. I didn't want to spoil the story for you. That's why I skipped that part. I don't want to spoil too much of the story for you, Sarah. Ivan, is the hostile crowd scene one of your big scenes? Yes, it is. What I showed you guys a couple months ago, that hostile crowd scene is one of my big scenes in Exodus of Sapphius. But the scene I showed you before that, when they're saying Tactius and when Elizabeth has recovered from her sickness in her chambers, she joins the crowd as Tactius is giving a speech, and they talk about the devil Wolf King coming and all that stuff. That's not even close to being one of my most entertaining scenes, and yet it's still entertaining enough to keep you hooked. And the scene before that, when they talk about Tactius talks about how Lithia is the south cursed? You know what I'm saying? Yeah. She asked Tactius that question. Tactius is a little bit ignorant, obviously. Yeah. Do the Southers know that the South is cursed? They're ignorant. They don't really know. They know it's not the North. They know the North is like the Heavenly Kingdom and the South is like a dumpster compared to the North. They know that. But they're ignorant. They're ignorant about why the world is the way it is. They don't really know that much. But when you read Volume 3, all the questions get answered. You'll see what I mean read the book. I won't spoil the story for you. I'm sorry. When you read that scene, Tactius talks about like how the North and the South are different. He says, and Lithia asks Tactius, what will it be like in the North and everything? And then Tactius gives them encouraging words about the North. Yeah, the North is better than the South and everything. I'm paraphrasing. And then Sirius is like, yeah, but how will the Northerns treat us? I'm paraphrasing. Well, that leads into Volume 3 with the dispute. I'm not supposed to for you. You have a crazy dispute in Volume 3 with the Northerners and the Southerners. It's actually funny, I'm saying. Northerners don't like the Southerners, man. Yeah. And that's it, guys. I mean it, 0. I can't show you anymore. I was nice enough to show you snippets today, but like I showed you the non-big scenes, the less entertaining scenes. Oh, I don't spoil the story for you, I'm sorry. Yo, Ivan, man, like everything, yeah, everything I showed you, you're hooked. Even my less entertaining scenes are not as entertaining as the other scenes, but they're still entertaining enough to keep you hooked and turning the page. And when you read that, the characters jump on the page and you're hooked because I'm a genius, I'm a great genius, and God gave me the heavenly gift. That's why Xanus is money, and it's worth billions. We Ivan, I love your book, man. I'm saying, Ivan, you're gifted. Yes, I am. Gifted. Gifted, yeah. And that's it, guys. Zero. I'm not showing you guys anymore. I won't spoil story for you, man. You'll see what I mean when you purchase my book. That's why Volume 3 I don't touch. Because Volume 3 is when shit gets real, shit gets dark, shit gets deep, man. Yeah, man. How deep? Very deep. Biblical level deep. It's biblical. You know Jesus when he was in the Garden of Gethsemane and Passion of the Christ, Jim Caviezel? It's that level deep, man. And all the demons. Remember how when Jesus was in agony, that's when the demons start to manifest through the people and all that stuff. Shit got deep and real. Well, think something like that for Xanus, obviously. Obviously. Yeah. It's deep and dark, man. Ivan, is there demon possession in your book? No. There's no demon possession, but my point is I'm giving you the Bible example of Jesus in Passion of Christ. It gets that deep, even deeper than that, man. Obviously. But there is no people who are demon possessed. No, like this is not a Bible story, but you can get some biblical symbolism when you read it. As when you read my book, it's nothing like the Bible. It's a horror, fantasy, epic adventure, but you can get some biblical symbolism. Tactius is Jesus, like Jesus, and Aratat, who's a symbolism of the devil. Ephesus is also a symbolism of the devil, obviously. Yeah, you have the ancestors. I won't spoil the story for you. He's Ivan. I love the character of Lithia. Lithia is an amazing character in the book when you read it. Yeah. Yeah, your book is sick. Oh yeah, the whole thing is entertainment, man. You just turn the page for hours and you just read. So Ivan, that scene when a member of the crowd was talking to Elizabeth, that's not one of your most entertaining scenes. Oh, not at all, man. And yet it was still entertaining enough to keep you hooked, right? Yeah. My whole book is entertainment, man. Yes, it's a bit raw, as you guys caught when I showed you snippets. Some of it's a little bit, some dialogue's a bit stiff. It's a little raw, but it's still entertaining enough to keep you hooked. Right? Yeah, that's my point, right? Yeah. Saying it's money. It's money, man. Yeah, man. And that's it, guys. I can't show you anymore. I showed you guys enough snippets of my book. I don't want to show you guys anymore. I won't spoil story for you. Ivan, man, like, what's that demonic face in the sky? Well, you'll see what I mean when you read Volume 3. I don't want to spoil story for you, man. That's why I don't want to spoil story for you. Yeah. Here's Ivan, man. You're looking at a master, man. This is where Lord of the Rings are. I know, but he's Lord of the Rings. But I know the Rings, man. Yeah. Some Sarah. Yeah, man. I like Lord of the Rings better, Ivan. Your book is a little raw in some sections. Yeah, maybe a little bit raw, but like, be honest, were you more entertaining me reading my book or Lord of the Rings and George R. Martin's Game of Thrones? Your book, Ivan, yes. If you're more entertained and more hooked, then obviously I wrote the better book. But some fans, because they're haters, they might like, I like Lord of the Rings and Game of Thrones. But yeah, I like those books better. I understand. Those are masterpieces too, right? Yeah, there you go. Masterpieces too. Right? They're masterpieces too. Almost done here, guys. I'll talk for maybe 50 minutes. I'm done. 50-minute video is good enough for you guys, right? Yeah. Watch show with you guys. I gotta go to bed. I have work at 8, man. 8 tomorrow. I'm probably gonna walk to work, but coming back, I might ask for a ride. Obviously. Yeah. Set my alarm for 7 o'clock. And I'll leave at like 7:30. It's a 7-minute walk to Dinty, so I'll be there at like 8:10. at work, but yeah. Yeah. Get exercise, right? Live now the fuck do you do it, man? How do you make your characters come alive on a page, man? Like seriously, man. I don't know, guys. It's a gift, man. I have the gift that my father gave me. I have the gift. I have the heavenly gift. There we go. I have the heavenly gift. The heavenly gift from above, right? Jeez, Ivan, I love your book. My book's amazing. Amazing book. I have to get my hair done. When I get my first welfare check, I'm gonna get my hair touched up. No, next Dinty's paycheck, I have to take $80. I gotta get my hair done. I have no choice. I have to get my hair done. It's been like 4 months. I have to get it touched up. Because for dreads, if you don't get it touched up after maybe like 7 months, you can ruin your dreads. I don't want to cut my hair, cut my dreads off again like I did before. I want my hair to grow, so I have to get it touched up, and I'll have to purchase the oil for it too. Yeah, I can twist my hair now. I'm gonna get the gel and start twisting my hair tomorrow. I didn't really take great care of my hair this time, but I mean, I have to still keep twisting it. But yeah, give me a sec, guys. I'm gonna go upstairs and get more coffee myself. I'll be back in a sec, guys. You guys are on the show. Don't hate him, son. Alrighty, guys. Went upstairs to get my coffee. Alright, your book is sick. I know my book is. If I can't show you guys anymore, I already spoiled a little bit of the story for you. That's why whenever I show you, that's why today I did not show you the big scenes, right? I showed you the non-big scenes, the less entertaining scenes, right? What you show us, those are not big scenes. No. Well, what I showed you with Tactius, them saying "Hail, Sir Prince Tactius," that's a big scene. It's the hostile crowd, but I already showed you the beginning of it. This man is no imposter. He's Sir Prince Tactius. Already the son from the north. That's that scene, but I skipped a little bit of the paragraph. That way I don't spoil the story for you. I want to show you the scene with the demonic face in the sky while they're praising Tactius. Tactius, Tactius, hail Sir Prince Tactius, and while the Sapiens are praising Tactius, obviously, why are they praising him? Well, you guys got the clue. They said our savior. You guys can figure it out what that means. Obviously, I won't spoil the story for you. And then there's a demonic face. While they're praising him, a demonic face in the sky appears and stares at Tactius. Obviously, I won't spoil the story for you. Which leads into Volume 3. I won't spoil. That's why Volume 3, I'm not showing you, man. It gets dark and deep. These eyes, man. This is a masterpiece, man. I know. It's better than the Rings, man. Masterpiece, man. Better than the Rings. It's better than Lord of the Rings. Masterpiece, man. Yeah. These eyes, man. I love your book. I know my book is amazing, man. Amazing book. Yeah. So this is money, man. Not even that scene when the guy's talking to Elizabeth. Why is Elizabeth clueless? Well, because she was sick. She was sick of a fever in her chambers. Obviously, while that ruckus and drama was going on, Elizabeth was sick of a fever. As you guys caught the clue when I showed you my snippets a couple days ago, when you guys haven't met. This is my beautiful, lovely wife, Elizabeth. You know what I'm saying? And Job was like, yeah, I took care of her. You remember that? When you read that? Yeah, that ties into that scene. I almost pulled a story for you. You know what I'm saying? And the guy's talking about one of the Sapiens talks to Elizabeth in the crowd while Tactius is giving a speech and everything, and he lets her know what's going on and everything. Yeah, does that make sense? Yeah, that makes sense, Ivan. Yeah. Is Elizabeth a major character? No, not really. She's not that big in the book. She has quite a bit of scenes, but Elizabeth is not that big of a character. Eli's wife, Lydia's mother, she's not that big of a character in the story. Obviously. Because don't forget, my book has like 35 characters, 35 to 40 characters. So like, because there's so many characters, there's obviously some characters that are not developed as well as other characters. Even Elizabeth is still pretty well developed too when you read the book, but not as much as the other characters, obviously. Because I have so much characters in my book, it's crazy. I have like 40 characters in my book, man. 35 to 40 characters in my book who I have to develop, obviously. Yeah. But you guys caught the scene when Job was like, yeah, Eli pays me good wages. That's how you know Job is rich, obviously. He told Tacitus and Cassius, Eli pays me good wages. I don't tell you how much he makes, but he's obviously rich because he says Eli pays me good wages as his caretaker. He's, how long have you been his caretaker? He's like 20 years. 20 years, huh? You know what I'm saying? Yeah, like you've been his caretaker for 20 years? Yeah. And there's a scene about Job that I did not show you. That's why I skipped it, because I don't want to spoil the story for you. I have to jump all over the place. You guys don't know what's going on. When you read that, were you guys impressed? Yeah, we're still impressed. We're still hooked. Yes. Everything, my book is constant. When you read it, You just turn the page, hooked, man. It's a masterpiece, man. Yeah, man. Masterpiece, my book. Yeah, man. And that's it, guys. I'm not gonna show you anymore. I'm being serious, guys. Zero. I'm not showing you anymore. I won't spoil the story for you. Yeah. Can't show you more. Otherwise, I'm gonna spoil a lot of the story for you, man. Volume 1 and Volume 2. That's why I have to jump all over the place. I gotta skip paragraphs. So you guys only know what's going on. I don't want to spoil the story for you, man. That's why I enjoy Volume 3. I want to spoil the story for you. You will say every when you read my book. Volume 3 is when it gets dark and deep, man. Yeah, man. It's a dark episode talking his life, obviously. Volume 3, right? Yeah. No, I mean, like, your book is sick, man. I know my book is sick, John. I'm saying it's a sick book. I'm a sick book. My book. Sick book. Yeah. Yeah. I'm the scene when Takism are posting the notes on the streets. That's not one of your most entertaining scenes. No, not at all, man. Not even close, man. Those are not my big scenes. Those scenes are not my big scenes. They're not my big scenes, but they're still entertaining enough to keep you hooked, obviously, because my book is sick, obviously. You did catch a bit of stiffness in my dialogue when some of the snippets I showed you, but even though it's a bit stiff in some sections, a little raw, it's still entertaining and you're still hooked when turning the page. And the characters, when you read that, the characters jump on to page 2 because my book is a masterpiece, man. It's constant entertainment, yeah. Oh, games in, yeah. Some Sarah. Yeah. Yeah, I don't get it, man. I get a different feeling when I read your book and read these other authors. I know. How do you do that, man? It's a gift I have, guys. I just have the gift to hook you and make the characters jump alive on a page. And yeah, my book is sick, obviously. It's a masterpiece, man. Yeah. So I mean, there is some symbolism with Tactius and Jesus, yes. That scene when they're like Tactius, hail Sir Prince Tactius are praising him. You kind of get that symbolism with Jesus when he's walking on his donkey and they're like Hosanna to the King. You know what I'm saying? When Jesus rides on his donkey, and while Jesus rides on his donkey, you know what I'm saying? In the movies, you get this like slow motion thing with the crowd praising Jesus, and then the chief priests are plotting something against Jesus, and you get kind of that symbolism with Taki as the crowd's praising him, the Safians are praising him, or you know what I'm saying, our savior Taki is hail Sir Prince Tacius, and there's a demonic one. After that praise, there's a demonic face that's looking at Tacius. Imagine applying it onto the screen. You know what I'm saying? They're praising Tacius, there's a demonic face staring at Tacius, obviously. Yeah, that leads into why you almost supposed to appears Ivory looking at our match. This is Lord of the Rings, alright, okay, Lord of the Rings. Masterpiece, man. Get some geosymbolism with Xanus too when you read it, obviously. Obviously, right? Yeah. Well, Ivan, what's that demonic face in the sky, man? Well, you'll see what I mean with Volume 3. I won't spoil story for you, man. I won't spoil story for you guys. That's why I didn't show you Volume 3. Volume 3 was when shit gets real dark. Yeah, very dark, man. It's a dark episode talking his life, man. That's all I'm gonna say. It's dark. Today I went over the thesis scene. I'm just like blown away. Yeah, oh my god. Once you read Volume 3, man, your mind will be blown away. And yeah, after already reading like that entertaining Volume 1 and Volume 2, you read Volume 3, the shit gets dark, more real, and the scenes blow your mind away. It's pure cinema. That's why Xanus cannot be beat. It's too entertaining. The characters jump on the page left and right. Yeah. Ivan, do you think your characters are better written than some of these other authors? Okay, in terms of their arc, my characters I think are probably just as good as these other authors like Brandon Sanderson and George R. Martin. But in terms of their presence on the page, I have better character work because my characters jump on the page left and right. You guys should say, huh? That's the difference, always. In my book, my characters feel more alive. That's why. Yeah, Ivan's characters are written well, but they're just as good as these other novels. But because his characters jump on the page, his character work feels like it's better written than these other books because they come alive on the page left and right. Yeah, they do. My characters come alive on the page left and right when you read it, man. Like, Ivan, do your characters jump on the page for your whole book? Yes, the whole book, the characters just jump out on the page left and right, man. That's why it's so entertaining. And the story is very entertaining. It's a masterpiece. And what? And the characters are so entertaining too. They come alive on the page. They jump out on the page left and right when you read it, man. It's fucking crazy. You're just turning the page hooked, reading it from the prologue all the way to the end of the story in volume 3. And then once you read it, you're like, holy shit, man. This is the greatest fantasy novel I've read in my life. And nothing can ever top this. Nothing can top Xanus. Xanus is too good. Too entertaining. Obviously, unbeatable story. Can't beat that, man. Xanus is a masterpiece, man. It's too good. It's too good, man. It's a masterpiece, man. Too fucking good. Yeah, Ivan, be honest, man. What volume is the best for you? Okay, for me personally, it's volume 3, but you can argue volume 2 is better. Volume 2 is a close second for me. I'll tell my reasons why I think volume 3 is the best. Volume 3 is the best because volume 3, the big scenes blow your mind away more than even volume 1 and volume 2. And they're more cinematic. And that's when everything gets dark and real. That's why volume 3 is my favorite. But in terms of the flow of dialogue, you can argue volume 2 and volume 1 are even better than volume 3. Because I've read my book many times. Volume 3, you can argue, is the most raw and stiff out of the 3 volumes. But the big scenes in volume 3 blow your mind away more than volume 1 and volume 2. That's why you can argue volume 3 is the best. It's more cinematic. Whereas volume 1 and volume 2, you can argue they have better flow of dialogue. Not as much stiff dialogue compared to volume 3. But the scenes don't blow your mind away as much as volume 3. And they're not as cinematic. There are a lot of cinematic scenes, as I showed you guys. But they're not as cinematic as volume 3. That's why I personally believe most fans will like volume 2 the best, in my opinion, or they like volume 3 the best. And most fans will say volume 1 is the worst because volume 1 is just the build-up of the plot. But there are some fans who might like the whole thing about the light behind the wall in Xanus, obviously, but volume 1 is the build-up of the story. Just like Fellowship of the Ring is the build-up of the story in Lord of the Rings. But for me personally, for the books, Fellowship of the Ring is the worst because the first half of it is pretty boring, right? Frodo and Sam and Pippin and all of them just talking, camping, and meeting all these people. The second half of the book 2, is when it picks up when after the Council of Iran, they go to Moria. You know what I'm saying? They go to the forest and then, you know what I'm saying? It picks up. But for me personally, Fellowship of the Ring is the worst one for me, for the books, obviously. Two Towers is probably my favorite for the books too. The movie and the books is my favorite. Two Towers, obviously, and Volume 2 is the middle. It's the middle chapter of the story. Obviously, that's why I think most fans will like Volume 2 the best. That's my prediction. And second, Volume 3. Then most fans will say Volume 1 is the worst because Volume 1 is just the build of the story. That's my answer, obviously. What's your favorite, Ivan? No, Volume 3. Volume 3 is my favorite because that's when everything gets deep and dark. That's when shit gets real, man. And like shit gets real in Volume 3. It gets deep and dark, man. But Volume 2, you can argue, has better flow of dialogue, less stiffness in the dialogue, better flow of dialogue. But the scenes are not as like cinematic as Volume 3, so it's like that's why it's kind of like a back and forth. But I would give Volume 3 the slight edge. And Volume 2 is a very, very close second. And Volume 1 is the worst for me. That's my answer, obviously. Anyways, guys, here's what I hope you guys enjoyed the show. I talked for an hour. Stay tuned, guys. Most likely make a video after my shift at Daniels tomorrow. This I'm signing out. Peace. Hope you guys enjoyed my show. And I hope you guys are entertained by what I showed you for my master's as I was in this. This I'm signing out. Peace. Peace out.